Hello, everyone. It's Henry on the live stream. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I hope everyone can hear me and can also see my screen very clearly. If you cannot hear me or cannot see my screen very clearly, please indicate so that I can have that fixed before we commence. Thank you so much, Ray, for your confirmation. I appreciate you so much. So, we're going to start by looking at the dollar, what the dollar is doing. So far, you can attest that in the previous live stream, I talked about this red line right here. And I said that I wanted to see price gravitate into this key level. So if we are to see any sort of retracement or reversal, I would like to see that happen from this key level right here. So right here, and the reason for that is because this was the last move to the upside before we had this drop down that broke this low. So that is the reason why, even if we're going to keep going to the downside or we want to go to the upside, I want to see this zone retested. And you can see how nicely price has come into that position. So I'm just going to remove everything on the charts that isn't serving the purpose of what we're looking at, because our focus right now is basically just on this key level. We want to see what's happening in this key level and also want to see if price is going to come a bit higher to tap this blue line, because this blue line right here is my overall equilibrium. So right here, if we're measuring from the overall high right here to this low, the overall high to the overall low, you're going to see that this blue line right here is our equilibrium. So if for any reason price taps this equilibrium and we see a shift in market structure, then we'll be looking for sales on USD XXX pairs and we'll be looking for buys on XXX USD pairs. So when I say XXX USD pairs, what do I mean? I mean the likes of NZD USD, Euro USD, GBP US dollar. So if we do come into this equilibrium and tap it and then drop out from there, I'll be looking for potential buys on the foreign currency. So that is what I'm watching on the dollar. So hopefully when price comes into that position and taps it, I'll watch to see what's going to happen. So like I said earlier, the phases in the market, the consolidation phase, and then the expansion phase. So right here, we've been in the consolidation phase and now we are in the expansion phase. And after the expansion phase, the next thing we're looking for is it is going to be a retracement phase or it's going to be a reversal phase. So these two are the major key things that we're going to be watching out for next. So we're almost about to complete the expansion phase. All I want to see now is for price to tap into this equilibrium. And if we tap into the equilibrium and I see a shift in market structure, then I'll be looking for sales on USD XXX pairs. So that being said, we're going to look at the foreign currencies right now, like the Euro US dollar, and to also see what they're doing so far and what we can capitalize on and look for in the marketplace. So if we look at the Euro US dollar, for the past since I think since last week or thereabouts, I've been talking about this key level, this inefficiency, and I wanted to see this inefficiency get filled. And so far, you can see price, same thing I just said in the previous live and the previous charts. Here, we've been in the consolidation phase, consolidation, and then now we're in the expansion phase. So once we hit inside this position, all I'll be waiting for to see is either we're going to have a retracement or a potential reversal to the upside and potentially running this buy side liquidity. So that is basically what I'm watching on Euro US dollar. And if you look at gold as well, even though gold seemed pretty much slow today, I was expecting that gold was going to be the more volatile one, but today gold just seems pretty very slow. And as you can see right here, gold has been in consolidation right here. So gold has been in consolidation. You can see that right here. Gold has been in consolidation phase. We've been consolidating, but now we're in the expansion phase. So hopefully we'll see gold drop to the downside, potentially running this sell side liquidity, and also coming into our key level. So where is our key level on gold? Our key level on gold remains the same, which is this blue line right here. That's our key level. So once price is in this key level, all we'll be looking for is a 4-minute shift to market structure. If we do see that, we look for buys and take it to the upside. So that is my analysis on gold, and we will go and look at other pairs as well. And previously I talked about GBPJPY. My analysis while I was waiting for price to come into right here, I talked about it already. This was my high, my low, and this was the break of structure. I said I wanted to see this key level get tested before an expansion to the upside. But so far, you can see price came very close the first time, expanded higher, came very close again, and then went to the upside again. So this is basically the same thing I talked about, the phases and the markets. Right here, we had consolidation phase, expansion phase, and then right here, retracement. And then once we're in here and we're bullish, the next thing I would like to see will be a continuation to the upside. So you can see how the phases and the market works. You can see how it works: consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation. So if there's anything I said on the live stream, whether it's on dollar, on gold, on euro, and you don't understand it, you're free to ask questions. Understanding the phases in the market, the reason I just had to talk much about it today is because it's very important to understand these phases in the market. It helps you know what to look out for, what is the reason why price is coming towards a key level. You need to understand that before price comes there. So once it comes there, then you know what to do. So that is my analysis on GJ and what I'm looking forward to see on GJ. And for NZD US dollar, I rarely trade this pair, but right here we'll have this 4-hour inefficiency, and so far you can see that NZD US dollar has been showing us signs that it wants to trend to the upside. So all we wanted to see is price to come in here. So you can see the same phases in the market that I talked about: expansion, retracement, expansion, retracement, expansion, potential retracement, and as long as we remain bullish, I'd like to see another expansion running this buy side liquidity. So that is the phases in the market, and understanding the phases in the market is key to being a profitable trader. So if you don't understand anything I said, I'll be right there in the chart to answer all your questions. And if there's any other pair you also want me to look at, you can also let me know and I'll look at that as well. So we're going to look at the indices to see what the indices are doing today. So far, the indices has been trending to the downside. There isn't really much. I haven't really traded the indices for some time now because I've not really liked the price action lately. It's just been expanding, and I was anticipating to see some level of retracement into this level after break, but I didn't get that. So that is the reason why I've been on the sidelines. And for the indices, I'm anticipating to see a new all-time high created on the S&P 500. So I'm going to be watching for that to happen as well. And right here, so right here, you can see I'm also waiting for this zone to see if price is going to tap into this zone. And if I tap into it and then I see a shift in market structure, I may take the trade. But it's not a certainty because there are a lot of other factors that I'm looking forward to see what it's going to be on the S&P 500. So that is my analysis on the S&P 500. And we'll look at the cryptos a little bit before time elapses. So for the cryptos, last week I talked about this position, this key level. Right here, we can see the inefficiency resting right here, and also the buy side liquidity resting right here. And I said I wanted to see price run this buy side liquidity. And if we do see a 4-hour shift in market structure, then price could potentially be hunting for liquidity. Where is the low hanging fruit going to be? Right here. So it doesn't mean that I'm bearish on Bitcoin, but as you can see, The 4-hour low got violated right here. This was the low, created this high, and then we drop down, breaking structure. So all I'm looking forward to see is a retracement into this key level. And then if we do reject off this key level, this will be my low hanging fruit where I'll be anticipating for price to run this low at 40,000 on Bitcoin. And eventually, once we run that low, I'll be watching to see what price would do moving forward. But regardless of whether the low is going to get taken or not, don't forget this is our swing low, swing high. So until this low gets violated, we remain bullish on Bitcoin. So the only position where I'll be anticipating to see a retest. So if I wanted to buy Bitcoin, this key level will be where I'll be waiting to buy Bitcoin. And for any reason Bitcoin comes in here, I'll be accumulating my long positions to go to the upside. Unless price comes in here violently and breaks down below it, then that means we will use here as resistance and then potentially continue trending lower. But if we come here and then I see a shift in market structure in 1 hour time frame, I'll be looking for buys on Bitcoin to continue trending to the upside. So that is my analysis on Bitcoin as well. And so if you have any questions or anything I said that you don't understand, you're free to ask questions, and I'm gonna be on the chart to answer. I appreciate you all that tuned in today. You're all amazing. Thank you for being a part of my Well Club. And until next time, I wish you all a wonderful day ahead.